All right, hello friends. Welcome to the 26th Annual Young Playwrights Festival. My name is Kevin Earhart, and I'm the director of Lobster Hell, which you'll see this evening.
Hello, my name is Karina Dumars, and I am directing As Our Shadows Used to Do by Noemi Gilbert, as well as Un Deseo, or One Wish, a jukebox musical by Jose Gonzalez Hilario.
I also would like to add that Lobster Hell was written by Isabella Manhart and Joe Godel, and also that scene 4 was directed by our high school intern, Grace Garrigan. So let's give all our friends credit. All right.
Sweet. Well, before we begin, we at the Rose Theater would like to share this land acknowledgement with you. So before we get started, we just really want to remember that we are on the stolen lands of the Ocheti Shakoi, the Omaha, Ponca, Pawnee, Oto, Missouri, and the Iowa peoples. We make this acknowledgement to respect and honor the lands, tribes, and all Indigenous students, families, and staff in our community. We understand that this acknowledgement does not take the place of authentic relationships with Indigenous communities, but serves as an ongoing commitment. So we would like you to take a moment to put in the chat the land from which you are residing or streaming in from. Not sure how to do that? Go ahead and text your zip code to this number right here on the screen, or you can go to this website, type in your address, and they will give you an abundance of information. And yeah, you can put that information in the YouTube chat because it's live and we can see it.
All right.
All right, and while folks are doing that, we do want to say that after the performances tonight, we will have a Q&A with some of our playwrights as well as the actors. So if you have some time to stick around, or if you have some questions throughout the show, go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will have our awesome artists answer your questions. Just a few more. All right, well, Kevin, what do you say? You ready to begin?
I am ready. Let's open.
All right, well, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. This is night A of our Playwrights Festival. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Have fun.
As Our Shadows Used to Do by Noemi Gilbert. Scene 1, letter writing. Lights up on Louise, 16, sitting in her room, writing furiously in a journal. She scribbles a lot of stuff out. Starts writing again, scribbles stuff out. Eventually, she makes a frustrated sound and slams down her pen.
I love you. Ugh, I can't start a letter with I love you. I need something. Dear Zoe. That's good. Dear Zoe. Ugh, how do people do this? Dear Zoe. I love you. Not bad.
Louise writes for a little more time. Lights down. Scene 2, high school hallway. Lights up on high school hallway. Louise and Zoe are walking, holding backpacks and talking. Louise is doing that thing where you constantly glance at the other person's hands, and she thinks she's being subtle. She is not.
So this is possibly the coolest project I've ever done. As long as Mr. Quinn submits his approval, which I'm sure he will, then we'll have access to the UNL archives and we can... Do you want to study together? I know you're not in his class, but I think it's super interesting.
Well, I know that you're just doing this to figure out the hottest swimmers from 1958.
Luis! That was one time!
Oh, Clifton Marie Saunders! Your wrestling one piece is the height of fashion. Be mine! Be mine!
Anyways, it's on Willa Cather.
Seriously? There's way more interesting people from Nebraska. And that's really saying something.
I mean, they think she was gay, you know?
Huh. Interesting. I mean, it's impossible to know for certain. Besides, her love couldn't get anywhere.
It was the 1800s or whatever.
Yeah, I bet. I bet she was pretty terrified of it also.
Oh, gosh, I gotta go.
Oh, say hi to Clifton for me. I love you.
Lights down. Scene 3, meeting Willa. Lights up on Louise alone in her room, writing and rewriting her letter. Willa Cather enters. For a while, Louise doesn't notice. She's too engaged in writing. When she notices, she jumps.
Who the hell are you?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Louise.
How do you know my name?
And there's a Zoe too, right?
Get out of my room.
You've read my Antonia, right?
Yeah, required for everyone in the state. I thought it was boring. I mean, nothing actually happens and I don't get the whole fuss about it.
Oh, wow. It seems you're acquainted with my work. How lovely.
Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean it. You're really?
Just call me Willa.
Hi?
I heard you chatting about me to your Zoe. See, the power of my Antonia is it's in what's not said. Through writing it, I could say my truth through someone else's words. Reread it, Louise. I think you'll like it more. Just think of me.
I'm hallucinating.
You're not hallucinating. I want to help you, dear. I'm glad that I'm being remembered by you girls. That's why I'm here. So just go. Reread my book. Tell me what you think.
Lights down. Scene 4, reading and working. Lights up on Louise and Zoe, chilling out. Louise is reading My Antonia. Zoe is working on her project.
You're way more into that than when we read it in class.
Yeah, I guess. I love the way she describes her life and the beauty in the small moments.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I love the way she writes about Antonia. I think you're like her. Beautiful and strong and beautiful again.
Thank you.
End of scene. Scene 5, Louise's room. Lights up on Louise and Willa.
She's like, well, I don't really know how to describe her. When I'm around her, it's like I don't know what. I wish I was better with words, you know?
Yeah. Yes, I understand. God, you remind me so much of myself when I was young.
I do. You really were like me.
Well, when you look at the historical records, you see roommates, you see close friendships, you see spinsterhood. They do that to artists, But I had a friend like your Zoe, and I wrote for her too. Her name wasn't Antonia, it was Edith, but she was like Antonia. And that book was the way that I wrote to her and about her. God, there's so much love in my heart. There still is. It had to become my writing.
Wow.
there were no girls like them in the world, there would be no poetry.
That's from my Antonia, right?
I see you've done some studying.
What happened, though, with Edith?
We wrote letters and we traveled and we lived together. We were happy. We were in love for a very long time. I burned everything that I wrote directly to her right before I passed. And I see you writing too. You have a chance to create your own future, Louise. Be in love the way I couldn't.
Do you want to know what I have down to say to her?
Yeah, sure, if you're ready.
Dear Zoe, I love you. If you don't feel the same, I can throw this letter into the sun and we can never talk about it. That's it.
That's great.
It is?
I mean, the first part at least. Give it to her.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Be brave.
Willa? Hello? Willa?
Lights down. Scene 6. I love you. Lights up on Louise and Zoe. Louise hands Zoe the letter. Zoe reads it.
I love you too.
End of play. Yeah! Cast and playwright, please turn your camera on. If we can give them a big round of applause. And take a bow, take a bow. Yes, wonderful work. All right, thank you all. If you have any comments or questions for the cast or playwright, please put them in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to move right along to our second play. Hold tight. Thank you.
Scene 1, art show. An art show is being set up on stage, easels littered about with students arranging their work. Miss Mona pacing about between them, straightening things and making comments. Somewhere on stage, there's a sign, East Side Art Showcase. Pine is center with her easel empty. Ashley is standing on one side, setting up her stuff, and Owen is on the other side, opening a guitar case. He's playing the opening to Lobster's song, but we don't know that yet. Other students are pacing frantically over scripts, and Poems. In a last-minute memorization attempt, Pine is holding an art case close to her chest and staring blankly at her easel.
All right, everyone, 15 minutes until the doors open. Make sure your work is up nice and visible for everyone to see. Remember, a student will be chosen to receive the $1,000 Young Artist Scholarship. We wouldn't want anyone to miss out on your beautiful pieces. Pine, my surrealist sunflower, get that magnificent painting of yours set up.
I forgot them at home. I don't think I'll be able to get them in time for the show.
Pine, sweetie, I know you're named after a tree, but that doesn't mean you have to act dumb as a log. I can see your art case right there. Get it up on that easel.
What? No, this isn't mine. I'm just holding it for Ashley.
I would literally never let you touch my art.
Ashley, you are one piece of work I'd be fine with people not seeing. Pine, you have your art. What's the problem?
I'm not ready yet.
Pine, I've seen you working on these paintings for months now. The surrealist art you've shown me has been incredible. You're a regular Salvador Dali.
I don't know. Like, I love painting. I really do. It's been my passion since I was a kid, and this scholarship, it would mean a lot, but I don't know. What if my work isn't good enough? What if no one likes it? I don't think I could take it. I don't think I can share my work. I'm sorry, Miss Mona.
Pine, I know it's nerve-wracking to share your work. Believe me, I know. But think of all that you've put into this. You are so talented. Don't be afraid to let the world see that, okay? Don't let fear of failure stop you from succeeding.
Ah!
Steven! What in Van Gogh's name are you doing?
I'm not wearing any pants.
Steven! I swear that boy's a demon from hell. Pine, I'm sorry, I need to go deal with this mess. Steven!
Pine looks down at her art case and back up at the easel. She takes a deep breath, lifts the case, and slowly begins to unzip it.
All right, this will be fine. Miss Mona's right. I've worked on these forever. It's time to share them. I've got to do it sometime.
Hey, Pine, shouldn't you be setting up?
Yeah, I need a minute.
What are you so afraid of, Pine? I mean, your art is like super weird. You probably won't win anything, but you might as well give it a shot.
Seriously, Ashley?
We're not going to criticize you or anything. It's like totally okay if it's not good. We'll only judge you behind your back.
Don't listen to her, Pine. I'm sure your work is amazing, but you don't have long to set up. Do you need any help?
That's not the only thing she needs help with.
I think I'm good, but
No, Pine, we insist.
Ashley grabs the art case.
give that back.
Come on, Pine, it's time to come out of your shell.
Maybe I have a shell for a reason. Give me my art, Ashley.
Ashley,
Pine-
give it back to her. Pine doesn't want your help.
Yeah, but she needs it. She just isn't good enough.
5 minutes, everyone.
Just then, between Owen and Ashley, the art case bursts open. The canvases fall onto the floor. Pine falls with them, horrified. Owen and Ashley freeze. The stage dims. A spotlight shows only Pine. All the canvases are blank.
No, I did these. My art, what happened? Oh, no.
Scene 2, Lobster Hell. Pine scrambles over the canvases, panicking as the ensemble members lift them, swirling them around her. Pine is having a panic attack. She can't breathe. The blank canvases overwhelm her. She clutches onto one. The lights go red, and the lobster and the aliens enter. Everything is chaos.
Welcome, innocent mortal, to your eternal damnation, where pain and torture reign supreme. Fall gracelessly into this land of ash and brimstone. May everyone a ton of bricks as you falter under the merciless gaze of judgment. Rue, I say, rue the day you were cast upon this.
Hellions pull apart the screen and Lobster walks through with a dramatic gesture. One of the Hellions makes their screen start to tip over.
Lobster hell. No, hold it up. Jim, you miserable buffoon, you missed your cue.
Wait, are we supposed to come on now?
No. Come on, guys. We rehearsed this for eons.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Could you just give us a moment? You guys, I'm in a pinch here.
I get it. Because you're a lobster.
Shut up, Jim. This is a professional, purgatory organization. We can't keep slipping up like this. One more screw up and we're all getting boiled. Capiche? All right, let's take it from the top. Can you just stand over here for a second and act like you're in mortal terror again? Keep up that energy. I really feel like you're frightened.
Ah! Where am I?
Perfect. Just like that. Keep it up.
Where am I?
Listening to my monologue? You're in lobster hell. I'll be your personal and professional tormentor for the rest of your eternal stay here.
I mean, I wouldn't exactly call it professional, boss.
I wouldn't exactly call you employed if you don't get back to your spot. Places, everyone. Do you see what I have to deal with every day?
Someone please explain to me what's going on here?
Sure, you're in hell.
What? No. I'm not in hell. I'm not even dead.
Well, okay, not really that HE double hockey sticks nonsense. Just sort of a purgatory, a state of eternal stagnancy, if you will, a figment of your belabored imagination intent on destroying you from the inside out.
Like Iowa.
Right. Okay.
Don't worry, kid. The writers didn't really have any idea what this place is either. Just imagine that your mind has completely left your body, shot up into the heavens, and is now trapped in a metaphysical Iowa. All you gotta know is that you're stuck in here with little old me forever.
Look, this all seems very fun, or something, but I have to get out of here. I don't belong here. I belong.
You belong here, now.
No, you have to help me get out of here.
Look, kid, there is no leaving. Trust me. You're here now, and you only have so long before they find you. And then there's no escape. Your mind's stuck in fear, and you can never leave.
Like the Zoom waiting room. When it says the host will let you in soon, but you swear it's been millennia already, and now you don't know what to do because you want to leave. But what if the host actually lets you in while you're gone, and then...
Jim! I'm in charge of metaphors here. It's like those school mashed potatoes that no one knows what exactly... The Zoom one was better. Darn it, Jim!
Being scolded, Jim sneaks around Pine and steals the painting from her arms without notice. He looks at the painting and is completely infatuated with it. Pine keeps trying to get it back shyly, but Jim inadvertently evading her at every turn without looking up from the painting.
Who are they? Please, I need your help. I have to get out of here.
We've established that's not really how this works. But you know what? I think we can help. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wait, why did you just say wink, wink, nudge, nudge out loud?
Boss, look at this cool painting
Jim tries to show Lobster the painting. Lobster takes it, hands it back to Pine with the grace of a British gentleman.
Here you are, my good chap. Jim, come on. We talked about stealing stuff that isn't ours. We only do it for comedic value. Jim, this is it. That painting, it's my big break. I mean, our big break. Creativity isn't allowed in Lobster Hell. If we tell the unseen about it, sell this girl out, I mean, we can show them we're serious. That I'm ready for a senior torture management position, Jim. I mean, we. This is our chance, Jim.
Yeah, and I can finally live out my dream of being the sassy girl in the corner of The Bachelor.
What? Jim, what does that have to do with anything?
I mean, yeah, whatever you said. Yeah.
Focus, Jim. If we're gonna pull this off, I need you to go tell the unseen right away. Tell them we'll meet them at the mirrors. I'll take the girl there and keep her distracted.
Right, yes. Wait, sorry? You want me to talk to who?
You can do it, Jim. Remember, for The Bachelor.
For the what? What's he doing?
Nothing to worry about. What did you say your name was again?
Pine.
Oh. Nothing to worry about, Pine. We're gonna get this whole thing figured out for you.
How? This doesn't look like the place that just has a big glowing exit sign over the door.
A big glowing exit sign? That's ridiculous. What do you think this is? A Chuck E. Cheese? Come on!
Lobster drags confused and terrified Pine off stage. As they walk, they push through other lobsters and hellions. Running on stage, screaming bloody murder, Pine and Lobster exit. Lights go down. Thunder booms overhead. Scene 3, Unseen's Lair. It's dark and shadowy with an empty throne center. Jim enters looking absolutely terrified. The Unseen's disembodied voice echoes through the space in a smooth, coaxing voice with booming power behind it. The spotlight moves around to suggest where it might be coming from.
Hello? Is anybody here?
Hello, Jim.
Where are you? What are you?
Jim, I've been expecting you.
Are you the unseen?
I am, but I believe everyone can see me just beyond the edge of their vision, just beyond the periphery, just beyond the edge of what they want to see. I am fear. I am worry. I am unshakable terror, following you like a shadow. And while one cannot see these things, that doesn't make them any less real, does it, Jim?
Look, this is way above my pay grade, man. My lobster just wanted me to tell you that we've got a girl trying to escape. And she has this cool painting. You would have liked it. You look like the kind of person who would have liked paintings. Well, I mean, if I could see you, that is.
What? She brought her art here.
Well, I sure hope so. Or else we've got a thief in Lobster Hell. Oh no. Oh no. What if she steals my collection of used gift cards? How else am I gonna get annoyed at restaurants when I can't use my gift cards?
Jim, I don't care about your used gift cards. I care about this art. Creativity is broken through the borders of Lobster Hell, Jim. A deadly contaminant, Jim.
Oh no, not a contaminant. It was a.
We must stop her, Jim. She has far too much power with that painting of hers.
We. No. This was terrifying and all, but I'm gonna head out now. Nice to meet you. Your horror, or fear, or whatever your name is. The fear has been all mine.
You're leaving so soon. You know, I require physical tether to dispose of this girl and her art. Come here. Let me get a closer look at you.
No, you see, I'm allergic to eye contact, so.
Makes finger guns, leaves walking backwards in an attempt to exit. The roving spotlight lands on him, and we see his eyes fill with fear. The spotlight goes out, and Jim screams. It comes back up. The unseen's voice now comes from Jim's body.
Much better.
Scene 4, The Journey. Lobster and Pine enter, crossing the stage, journeying through hell. Lobster is casually torturing Pine, throwing forks at her every few steps, making a boop noise each time he hits her, while jazzy elevator music plays in the background.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Lobster, you're muted.
Thank you, kind narrator. This is kind of torture.
This is hell, isn't it? Isn't that what you've been going for this whole time?
At first, yes, but now it's just torture for me.
Throws one last fork at Pine. This time, Pine snatches the fork away and throws it off stage. Clock people turn on their cameras.
Torture for you? I'm in literal hell. You can't. What? What's going on? What is that? Where did all these clocks come from? Wow, you know, this is just like one of my favorite pieces, The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. You know that one painting with the melting clocks and the ants and the cliffs? It's like the most famous surrealist painting out there, which is kind of bizarre since he wasn't actually part of the centralized movement.
Fine! Time out for a second.
Huh? What?
Well, a few friends have also found interest in our little chat. Hey, guys. I'd love to catch up, but this really isn't a good time. So we're just gonna, run!
Lobster, what's happening? Where are we?
Not when we are. Where are we? Oh, wait, crap, I messed it up. Who are we? Focus. Oh, gosh. We've awoken the clock people, Pine. They could have transported us anywhere in the vast expanse of time.
Why? How do we escape?
Escape? There's no escape. We don't even know where or when we are. Wait.
Wait, what? What's wrong?
I recognize this place. I've been here before, a long time ago. This is the lobster.
Oh, great. So we're fine then? Nothing's changed, right?
No, this was lobster hell. Everything has changed, or was changing. This was my world until.
Until what?
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, Lobster Hell was a very different place. Separate from reality, it was a haven for the minds of creatives that thrived on the ever-changing ways of those who entered its dominion. It was beautiful, but little by little, a great fear began to fester in the hearts of the inhabitants. People convinced one another, convinced themselves that their creativity was wrong, that it wasn't good enough. The fear crippled their imaginations and convinced them they could never succeed, transforming them from free spirits to terrible beasts, fit to do its bidding, and trapping them in lobster hell. They hid beneath thick shells and fearsome claws, too afraid to show their true selves.
Are we back in the present?
Yeah, we did it. Take that. Next time you want to mess with me, I'll show you just how fast time flies. I'll introduce you to my pals, Tick and Tock, and we'll have some fun. Yeah, no, you're right. No, yeah, we should get out of here. Come on, Pine.
So, Lobster, that story, were you an artist like me? Is that how you ended up here? Is that how you ended up a lobster? You were creative, but you were afraid?
What? A magician never reveals his secrets.
You're not a magician.
Of course I am. Watch as I make your intense and totally unrelated and unrelevant line of questioning disappear.
I was afraid too, you know. I am afraid that my art isn't good enough, that I'm not good enough. That's why I'm here, I think. I was supposed to show my work at an art show, but I couldn't. I'm afraid.
You made this?
Yeah.
Hi, this is amazing. Why are you so afraid?
I I don't know, it's just, what if people think it's weird? Surrealist art isn't exactly the most popular work. No one is going to find flying hot dogs or anthropomorphic lobsters very worthwhile. No offense.
Then that's all that matters. Trust me, kid. You'll go on a whole life trapped thinking you're nothing when you're really on top of the world.
But what about the fear?
You can overcome it. It takes courage. Mostly, it takes practice. I used to write songs. My passion has always been music. Its simplicity and complexity. All the notes, the rhythms, the chords, and the theories. I always had this dream that I was gonna make it big somewhere, that people would listen to my music far and wide.
Did you?
No. I'm here, aren't I? I missed my opportunity. But you don't have to.
Will you play me something?
Play you something I wrote. Nah, no. I couldn't do that. I don't even have anything to play it on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You're the one who's just telling me not to be afraid to share my work.
This is hell. I get hypocrite privileges.
Come on, play.
All right, fine. But if you laugh, I'll bash you over the head with this thing you hear.
I wanna see the sky. Scroll out like the ocean and every changing sea. I wanna go. Probably me. I wanna see the earth, the mountains and the valleys, standing strong and tall, a place for me to live, a place for all.
It was terrible, wasn't it? I knew I shouldn't have. It's not done yet. I'm still. Something's missing.
No, it was beautiful. You're amazing, Lobster. That was just, wow.
Really? That's the first time I've ever played it for anyone in a very long time. You really liked it?
I loved it.
Pine gives Lobster a hug. Lobster is momentarily taken back, but after a moment, he hugs her back. Pine, over his shoulder, notices a small crack growing in Lobster's shell. She looks at it a moment. Lights dim until the two are spotlighted, and then that light dims too. The stage goes black.
Scene 5, Smoke and Mirrors. The book actors clear away the Athenaeum, exchanging their charred literature for mirrors with which they begin to slowly move about the stage. Smoke begins to fill the stage, and the lights go up. Single bright roving spotlights that reflect off the mirrors and smoke, casting everything in shadow and light. Pine and Lobster remain center, standing side by side, surveying their new setting. Lobster unmutes.
Hi! We're here. The Valley of Mirrors. The exit should be just on the other side.
The mirrors begin to swirl around them, separating the two.
Lobster, are the mirrors moving? Lobster?
Mirrors have now completely separated them on opposite sides of the stage, each surrounded by mirrors, unable to hear or see each other. They look dazed and confused.
It's okay if it's not good. We'll only judge you behind your back.
Yeah. What are you?
You know me, Pine. I'm you. We aren't good enough, are we?
What?
Pine goes to touch the mirror. However, as she does, Mirror Pine grabs Pine's painting, which she is still clutching, and tries to rip it away from Pine. They fight over it, shouting at each other.
Ah, stop it! You're not real!
You're not real!
You're not real! You're
not real! You're not good enough!
You're not good enough!
You're not good enough!
Mirror Pine finally takes the painting away and cuts out, disappears, while Pine begins to collapse, hunching over, becoming smaller.
You're not good enough. You're not good enough. I'm not good enough.
Pine covers her mouth in horror as she realizes what she just said. She's despondent and fear-struck as she begins to look for Lobster, but is met only with her reflection in the mirror. The light on Pine goes out. The light above Lobster comes up, where he too is surrounded by mirrors.
Pine? Pine! Oh, great fireballs of lobster hell. I did not think being surrounded by this much of me would ever be a problem. Pine, where are you?
One of the Hellions posing as Lobster's reflection, Mirror Lobster, appears in one of the mirror frames.
Do you really want to find her? You betrayed her. You're leading her to the unseen. You know that. I know that. All of hell knows that. But she doesn't know that. You've been lying to her.
It's complicated, all right? You don't know anything.
Of course, I know you've bonded with her. I know she's the first person to ever crack that shell of yours since you first made it here. I know you're scared. I know you're still scared of the shadows that curses Glenn these years ago, and still afraid I'm the one you cannot see.
And what would you have me do? I'm a dead man if I stand up to the unseen.
You're already a dead man, idiot, or I think you're the dead man. I'm not really sure the concept of hell in this play has been radical obscure, but that's not the point. We have to fight for Pine. We have to fight for you.
Mirror Lobster disappears as Ashley did before, leaving Lobster alone, breathing heavily.
Pine!
The spotlight comes up on Pine, crumpled in a ball on the floor, surrounded by mirrors. The smoke and lights begin to swirl, and the mirrors move again, rejoining them. Lobster sees Pine and runs to her.
Pine! Thank goodness I found you. Thank goodness you're all right. Pine? Are you all right? What happened?
She took my, my painting is gone. I'm not, I don't want to talk about it.
Sorry. I I need to tell you something.
Suddenly, all lights go out. The roving spotlight appears circling slowly across the stage like a predator, circling its prey. Lobster looks around in horror, recognizing it to be the unseen. The spotlight begins to focus itself around Pine. Lobster pulls her to her feet, out of the way.
Pine, we have to go.
No, tell me what's happening. Lobster, stop.
Pine, please, I will explain everything later. Just come with me.
No, tell me what's going on. Now.
I lied, Pine. I sold you out. We're not going to get help walking to the fear. The unseen is going to be here any moment now, and you're going to be stuck here forever. I'm so sorry.
The spotlight moves to illuminate a shadow screen. It goes out and the shadow screen lights up. A terrifying shadow appears behind one of the screens. Shrouded by mist and reflected light, it moves closer and closer to the light, growing larger and more misshapen.
Pine, run, run.
You were lying to me?
Pine, that's not important right now. Come on.
How much of it was a lie?
They're here, Pine. We have to go.
Jim steps out from behind the screen, or Jim's body at least. Nothing about the way he moves is reminiscent of Jim. Lobster looks relieved, runs to Jim.
Jim, you magnificent son of a Neanderthal. You scared me half to death.
I guess the job is only halfway finished then. Hmm?
Jim?
No.
Scene 6, the battle. The unseen's voice leaves Jim, although they continue to control his form with their disembodied echo, and the roving spotlight returns and catches Pine in its glow. She freezes in terror. Pine struggles to move in the light, but she can't. She finds she can't. She's struggling against something invisible and painful, and she's terrified.
I can't move.
Lobster unmutes.
Pine, it's going to be fine. I'll get you out.
How can I trust you?
Jim, walking slowly and robotically, stops Lobster from getting to Pine. With inhuman inhalian strength, Lobster struggles against it.
You can't. You can't trust anyone, Pine. There's no one here to help you. And even if there was, no one would want to. You're not good enough, Pine. Remember?
The unseen's voice fades to a hiss that rattles Pine. She tries to free herself from the light again, but she cannot.
Don't listen to them, Pine.
Jim throws Lobster to the side where he lies motionless under another spotlight.
Who are you? What do you want?
Don't get him started. He'll go on forever.
Silence, minion. I apologize for not having formally introduced myself. I am the unseen. I am fear. I am worry. I am unshakable terror following you like a shadow. And while these things...
The girl asked who you are, not your Tinder profile. Let's move it along. Your fearfulness.
You're lucky. I need you as a physical tether, but I would have thrown you into a pit a long time ago.
Funny. I was beginning to think you had grown attached to me. Get it? Because I'm your body. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Right. Well, I'm just gonna...
Jim pulls out a headset and a clipboard. He's a stage manager. This will make sense later. At the director's discretion during the rest of the scene, he may be bustling around in the background, getting things set up, checking his clipboard. The scene resumes.
You're the fear. You're the one who ruined this place.
Ruined? I didn't ruin this place. If anything, I bettered it. You should have witnessed the abysmal state this world was in. It was disillusion, chaos, and anarchy. No rules or rhythms to follow. It needed structure. And now you stand before me trying to uphold everything I built.
But I'm not destroying anything. I just want to go home.
You brought your creativity into my world, you foolish girl. You are poisoning my paradise with your paintings. Art gives people ideas, makes them think, makes them question, makes them see, and wonder what exactly they are afraid of. I simply can't let that happen. I am protecting this place, and that means I must take out those who threaten it. Even if I must trap a worthless little girl like you here for all eternity.
The mirrors return to the stage, reflecting the light of the unseen, blinding Pine.
I'm not.
The unseen's voice, coupled with cast members from all sides backstage, hiss.
Enough! You're not enough! You're not enough! You're not enough! You're afraid. I can tell. You're afraid of what they think of you. You're afraid of what they think of you. You're so alone and so afraid. Yes.
Pine shrieks. She can't block out the unseen's voice, the light of the fear. Lobster slowly begins to get up, obviously weak and mentally worn. He staggers to his feet toward Pine.
Pine, don't listen to them. You are so powerful. You see the world like no one else I've ever met. You see the possibility, the beauty. And I know that this sounds like the end of a cheesy Lifetime movie. Believe me, they play a lot of those in hell. It's true. You got this. Don't be afraid.
No, Pine. Listen to me. They don't understand how powerful fear can be. Just give in. Let the fear...
No.
What?
I said no. I'm done being afraid.
The fear doesn't go away. You'll never change that. Never change the fear of not being good enough.
I'm good enough for me, or I'm learning to be. I'm learning to be less afraid. I love my art, I love making it, and I'm proud of it. That's all that matters.
Oh, Pine, you'll never be. Ah!
The crashing noise. One of the shadow screens falls. The flickering spotlight goes out. The big lights come up, revealing the Hellions from scene 2 when Pine initially arrived in Lobster Hell, sloppily trying to uphold the unseen's illusion. Mirror Pine is gone.
No, hold it up! Carl, you miserable buffoon! You missed your cue. Come on, guys. This was my big break, and you totally messed it up!
I'm not wearing any pants.
Jim puts his head in his claws or hands. He sighs. The clock butterflies and Hellions begin to clean up the mess of their production, with Jim guiding them or shouting orders. Jim picks up the painting from the pile of mirror where Mirror Pine stood.
Here you go, kid. I found it backstage. Nothing more important than a clean, organized prop table. You're really talented, Buckaroo.
My painting. Thank you. Lobster. Lobster, are you okay?
I can't feel my claws.
Lobster tries to get up. As he does, it's revealed that his claws, antennae, and shell are completely gone. He's changed. Lobster stands shocked at this development.
Oh, my claws, my antennas, my shell. They're gone. Pine, they're gone.
How? What happened, Lobster? Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm great. I'm finally free.
Well, in that case.
Ouch. That hurts without an exoskeleton, you know.
Why did you lie to me? Why are you trying to kill me? You told me a story, you sang me a song. I thought you were my friend.
Sorry. I was doing what I thought was right in this terrible world, but it was all wrong, and you showed me that. And I never should have lied to you or hurt you. You don't have to forgive me. What I did was horrible. I'm sorry.
I do forgive you. You may have caused this whole mess in the first place, but I wouldn't have gotten out without you. I wouldn't have learned how not to be afraid anymore.
Don't thank me for anything, chump. You're the one who saved this place. I'm so proud of you.
Lobster smiles at Pine. A big glowing exit sign appears.
Lobster, it's the big glowing exit sign.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Pine runs
Are you
toward the
coming?
exit.
Are you coming?
I came up with another part of my song. I think I finished it. You want to hear it? Before you go?
I wanna see you thrive. Grow taller than the mountains, changing like the sea. When you rule the world, remember
Lobster finishes his song. Both him and Pine are teary-eyed, and the lights begin to dim as the exit fades.
The only person ever to break my shell. Thank you, Pine. Now go on and get. I'm tired of looking at that dumb face of yours.
Likewise, I think I liked you better as a lobster.
Hey, you're getting pretty good at this witty comeback stuff.
Learn from the best.
Goodbye, Pine.
Goodbye, lobster.
Pine steps into the light. Everything turns into chaos as it had when Pine first arrived. Hellions run on stage. This time, however, they're no longer screaming and running, but dancing as their home has been restored to what it once was. Scene 7, the return. Slowly, the art gallery is set up again. Miss Mona is heard calling out to Pine, who is back on the ground in the center of the scattered canvases, which this time are not blank, but filled with color. They're beautiful, wild, chaotic, with butterfly clocks and flying books, light and shadow, and various other elements of Lobster Hell is recognizable. Ashley is still standing above her, holding part of the art case. Owen and Miss Mona have knelt beside her. Miss Mona continues to call out to Pine.
Pine! Pine! Pine, darling, are you all right? Oh, dearie me, Pine!
Pine slowly gains her bearings and she begins to examine her surroundings. Some effects of her panic attack begin to fade.
They're back. My paintings. I'm back. Thanks, Lobster.
What are you talking about? You and your weird art haven't gone anywhere, which is a shame, really.
Ashley!
No, I
Pine, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to spill on the floor. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Really, I think maybe I needed that. I'm ready to put my artwork up now.
Are you sure, Pine? You look like you've gone through hell and back.
Not as bad as you might think.
Well, all right then, dearie. Get your stuff set up. The festival's gonna start soon. Any minute now.
Miss Mona helps Pine to her feet and waits for a second to make sure she's okay before running off to another part of the show. Pine begins to pick up and arrange her paintings.
These are really amazing, Pine. Wow, are those clock people?
Only time will tell. But yeah, they're clock people. Thanks.
Ashley rolls her eyes and scoffs before turning back to her display. Patrons enter and begin browsing the art.
Welcome, everyone, to the Eastside High School Art Festival. These students have worked tirelessly on their art and are simply some of the most talented students I've ever had the privilege of working with. Do I say that every year? Sure, that's what I'm paid to do, but I never cease to be impressed. So please, take a tour through the many awe-inspiring collections and make sure to keep an ear out for our announcement of the Young Artist Scholarship winner at the end of the evening. Enjoy!
People begin to gather around Ashley and Owen, and other artists. Noticeably less people stop at Pine's display, and those who do give her confused or disapproving looks. She looks a little hurt, but stays standing. At a break in the patronage, Ashley turns to Pine.
Looks like people prefer real art. Sorry, Pine.
Then why are they all spending so much time looking at yours?
Well, you're
All right, everyone, the moment you've all been waiting for. The winner of the Young Artist Scholarship.
Someone in a fancy outfit hands Miss Mona an envelope. She fumbles with it for suspense.
Drum roll, please. Ashley? Ashley!
There's an amount of applause. Ashley goes up and shakes hands with them, but we're paying attention to Pine right now. She isn't joining in with the clapping. She just smiles to herself.
What are you smiling about?
I didn't win.
Yeah? So what are you smiling about?
Because I didn't win and I'm okay with it. I made this art for myself and I'm proud of it. I got over my fear. So what if real art takes the cake again? Can you believe that girl drew a flower and still won? Everyone draws flowers. It's like the oatmeal of art. On second thought, maybe I should draw a winged bowl of oatmeal next.
And you're sure you're gonna be okay?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what people think. I know I'll always have somebody on my side.
Pine is spotlighted. Everything else goes dim, and Lobster appears opposite of her in a spotlight of his own. Lobster's lament intro begins to play. They turn to each other smiling. Pine waves, and Lobster makes wholesome finger guns. Spotlight fades with the final chord, and the audience begins to cry. The end. All right. Come back on, Lobster Hellcast. Take a bow. Nice work, friends. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. And now on to One Wish, Un Deseo.
Un Deseo, One Wish, a jukebox musical by Jose Gonzalez Hilario. Act 1, Scene 1. Alejandra enters slowly into her school. Her weeping eyes are covered and masked with a smile. The body language of her says another thing. People are putting up chairs in front of her as her own eyes is dripping out liquid leaking on her soft cheeks. The wooden stage was already set up as it creaks. When someone walks with each step, people are trying not to make a sound. Looking up, you're seeing the sun shining as it stretches across her skin. The wind is slowly roaring left of the stage. Alejandra and Kevin walk down the center stage. Scene 1 starts.
Yeah, today finally came. Los días pasan y no recuerdas del tiempo.
Hey, are we ready for El Nuevo Capítulo? Today is when we become free until college starts.
Yep. Are you sure? Are we ready to leave the past behind?
I'm sure we're ready. We can take any challenge, verdad?
Scene 1 ends. Scene 2. Scene 2 starts in the graduation. Everyone is cheering. Mother and Miguel is screaming her name. Students are lined up to come on stage to receive their diploma, but they are carefully stepping to make no sound. Alejandra and Juan is the lineup on the center left stage. The principal is on the right center stage, calling names and giving speeches.
Welcome, students, families, and friends. Today we are gathered here for our students that worked hard from the beginning to the end, therefore making a brighter future for them. We are proud to give them an education to learn right to wrong, that may we bring to their future. Joe, Noemi, Isabel, Grace, Gray, Brian, Abby, Jay, Catherine, and Alejandra.
Slowly, the music of Satified instrumental version by Hamilton the Musical begins. As the song is being sung on the stage, Alejandra is taking her diploma from the principal's hand and looks out in front of her, and all the chairs are filled except one next to her mother's chair. The emotions are mixed with being joyful and forefront, but the inside of her is a broken heart.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I welcome you to the class of 2020, Alejandra Sanchez.
A toast to our art.
To the art.
To the art. To the art.
To our pride.
To our pride.
To our pride.
From your daughter.
Alejandra.
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 Who is always by your side.
By your side.
By your side.
To our union.
To our union. To the revelation.
And the hope you.
You provide.
You provide.
May you always.
Always.
Be satisfied.
Rewind.
Music fades out. The song is being cut out by the interruptions of the principal, and the principal is whispering to Alejandra.
Alejandra. Alejandra. Alejandra.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, we're free. Finally. Come on, let's go to Leslie's house. Let's say it's a huge house.
Are you sure about that?
We're sure. I'll pick you up later.
They are being interrupted by the principal for giving his final speech.
My last words for these incredible students. We will miss them from the bottom of our hearts, and today will become a better tomorrow. Students, raise your caps from left to right. May I present our class of 2020? Woo! Yeah! Woo! Woo!
Woo! But first, let's take some photos with the whole class.
Aquí. Sonrían.
With every flash, it is an attack onto Alejandra's eyes, making her memories from the past coming back to haunt her to the present. Scene 2 ends. Scene 3. A flashback comes to her mind as she's taking photos with her mother and others. Flashback. This takes place in Alejandra's house. She has school clothes on, and Padre is lying down on the couch next to the floor. He talks to Alejandra. Mother is behind of Alejandra and just picked her up, lay down her keys, and go to the kitchen.
Mia, ¿cómo te fue en la escuela? Hola, papá. Me fue más o menos.
¿Y por qué?
Por esos chamacos que andan aquí de payasos, papá.
Ale, ven para acá. Ayúdame como estos platos para recibir a tu papá.
Why? Can't Miguel help you with the food? I'm tired. I just got off of soccer practice and I have a lot of homework to do.
De veras contigo. Why isn't that? Don't you see Miguel? Él es muy chico para hacerlo. Se puede quemar.
Pues, ma, he's 9. I'm sure he's fine.
Mother hands over a plate of food and Alejandra goes and does it anyway.
Here you go. I'll have him put the botellas de agua en la mesa para comer. Miguel!
A knock at the door and only Alejandra hears it. As Alejandra runs to the upper window of her bedroom to see, a blue and red flashing lights goes on, but her padre opens the door and Alejandra comes running down the stairs. There is a pale white male with a different colored suit and a dark green and not blue suit as she thought.
Hello, what can I help you?
Hey, we are looking for Mateo Sanchez. Is he here?
Yes, it's me.
Under the USA authorities, we have orders to take you in custody. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will go against you in court. The police officer grabs him and puts him in handcuffs. Police officer takes Padre off stage, but before they do, Alejandra pushes the police officer not to get him.
Wait, let him go.
Alejandra's mother rushes outside only to cry out puddles. Padre says his last word before he exits the stage.
Voy a estar bien, no te preocupas de mí. Te amo.
Alejandra runs to her room. She screams and falls onto the ground with her tears. Miguel tears up in quiet as he sits on the door of Alejandra's room to listen.
I told him not to open that locked door or to drink that apple juice. If only I could have tried to stop him. To say I need you now more than ever. Only if I could.
Alejandra is alone in her bed. Alejandra goes on her phone and listens to some music, but she can't get over what happens. So she starts to sing Never Enough by The Greatest Showman in front of the mirror to reflect on her own mind.
I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me.
Alejandra,
Yes,
is Pa coming back?
I don't think so, Miguel.
Pa told me that he loved your singing, and I feel the same way. And, you know, even though you think I'm annoying or lazy, I still love you no matter what.
Yo te amo también, mi hermanito.
Scene 3 ends. Scene 4. We come back to the photo shoot at school in scene 4. Everyone is in picture position, and Mother was taking too much pictures. Alejandra has one tear on her cheek.
Te ves tan bonita, hija. Mira todo tu corbata en azul. It's crazy to see that my little girl all grown up. And when did you grow up?
Yeah, I know, Mom.
Mira, your tia and your cousin Emily is going to help me with the food for your graduation party. You'll see all your primos, primas, tías, tíos, y tus amigos.
Except for one. Mama, just cancel the party. It's fine.
I know he's not with us. Your father heavily invested in it, like your quince, and it would be a waste if we just cancel it. He didn't get the chance to graduate from his school. Él trabaja para mantener su familia. If he was here, he would like to see it happen, and since we made a promise to have this huge day solo para ti, mija, go to your friend's party and have some fun.
Okay. Mom, gracias por todo lo que has hecho for me.
No, stop crying. You'll ruin your makeup. You know how expensive it can be. Now, go. Oh, and I can't wait to meet your boyfriend. Let me see who it is. Kevin!
Kevin comes and meets with Alejandra. Mother leaves to go pick up chairs and trash around the school.
Hey, do you want to go to this party? Come on.
Emily enters the graduation. In the distance, she sees Kevin with Alejandra and interrupts them.
Hey, Ellie, graduations. Come over here. First, we need to do our hair, then makeup, and finally, the nails.
Well, then, I'll see you around 4.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Kevin leaves for this scene. Emily and Alejandra go to Emily's car.
What are you doing? You could have made the first move, Ellie.
What if he doesn't like me?
Well, you don't know until you try. If you don't take them, then I'll do it. And by tonight.
I don't know about that, Emily. It's just...
Just?
No estoy en buenas condiciones over what happened yesterday. I think you know.
I know. It's hard, but it's coming back for you.
How do you know that?
Te quiero mucho. I know he's coming back. because you're his daughter. If doesn't, le voy a recognar now. Vámonos a Cabareanos. We need to go to places, so hop in. We only have a couple of hours left to go, so are you ready? Because I'm driving you fast.
Scene 4 ends. Scene 5. Emily leaves Alejandra at Leslie's house with a wonderful dress. Kevin is arriving. Leslie is the best friend of Kevin in their friend group. They both meet up and enter the front door.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? I'm glad you came. Alejandra, how's the graduation experience for you?
It was great, but I kind of miss the school low key. How about you?
But at some point in life, we have to leave for the better of one. Anyways, have fun. There's ice cream, chips, or apple juice.
I'll take an apple juice.
Ale, you don't drink apple juice. Since when?
Don't you worry about it. It's my first time. Now is when I get to decide what to do with my life, right? I see my dad doing it, and I think it's like water. I should be fine. So let's get wasted.
Yeah, you will do great.
Drink, 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 fast, 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 fast.
Hey, let's think about this through, Ale.
Alejandra drinks all the apple juice.
Your girl's a natural, right? Here's one, Kevin. Here's one, Al. I'm glad you came. Alejandra, how's the graduation experience for you?
I think she's fine. Don't know what's with her today.
Just talk to her.
Why did you skip this song?
Maybe people want to listen to something else, I guess.
The music, Baila esta cumbia by Selena.
Who wants to dance with me? Kevin, come on!
Woo!
Woo!
6, 7, 8. Da 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 bum 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 da. Hey, 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 hey! Woo!
Hey, bring another apple juice around. Kevin, you kind of know how to dance.
I've been kind of practicing ish with my sister. To get a ritmo of the dance was the hardest. Anyway, just to tell you, you shouldn't drink any more apple juice because we don't want to show up to your mom's house en masse.
I got it. I'll be fine. Give this man another juice. If it wasn't for this, my father would be here with me. And you know that.
Know what?
Come over here. My father loved this apple juice, especially this one that I have. Multiple times he got wasted until the police stopped him. They reported it to ICE. I know now how this drink is so great with people like me.
I'm sure that your father wouldn't be too happy if he saw you like this.
At this point, my father is gone. Even if I do have a father, he wouldn't just leave me like that.
Alejandra starts to fall on the ground and Kevin catches her.
Hey, you don't look great. Come on, this way.
Are you guys already leaving?
Yes, we are. She just had too many apple juice. Anyway, see you tomorrow at Ali's party.
Yeah, for sure.
Scene 5 ends. Scene 6. We're in Mother's house. Kevin is helping Alejandra to come in the front door. As Kevin knocks, Miguel opens the door.
What happened to her? Is she crazy or something?
Let's say apple juice happened to her.
That makes sense. Then come in quick. My mom's in her bedroom.
Miguel is giving them directions to her room.
Okay, go straight and then turn to your left. Or is it my left? I mean right. And on the left, it should be her room.
I'm lost. Miguel?
Don't talk.
Mother comes out of the bathroom.
So, what are you doing?
We're helping.
Miguel, vete a tu cuarto. Now.
Siento, señora.
I knew something was up. They're my children. What can I say? Thank you.
De nada.
You just get some rest. I think tomorrow she would need you. Come tomorrow to her party, yeah?
Yeah, no problem. And I'll come.
Kevin exits.
Ale, how are you feeling? I know you're going through a tough time, but why are you drinking away that? I know, I'm giving the talk.
I don't know. I think I wanted to try the taste of forgetting my problems.
For all of us we miss. What can we do? It's nothing. One thing that we still have is foto y recuerdos. Tengo una foto de ti que beso cada noche antes de dormir.
Y está medio rota, ya se está borrando por tantas lágrimas que estoy derramando.
Y es todo lo que me queda de tu amor solo.
Fotos y recuerdos.
Mother and Alejandro look at an old photo book.
Look at this one. You and your dad are so funny sometimes. One last thing your father loves, and I do too. Please don't drink too much apple juice, or you will see my mom anger side.
Mother and Alejandro hug as they cry together.
I love you.
Entonces, go to sleep. We guess coming to your party tomorrow. If you don't sleep, then I will.
Okay, Mom. Good night.
Mother exits. Alejandro goes to the kitchen to find something to eat and sees an open bill of a bank statement.
What? I thought only $500 left. How are we going to pay the bill for college?
Scene 6 ends. Scene 7. Scene 7 starts in Alejandro's house, and they are setting up a Mexican party with loud music.
Put the tables up, and quick, we only have less than an hour. Y Ale, put the manteles. How do you say manteles in English?
Tablecloth.
Emily enters carrying food into Alejandro's house.
Hola, Emily. How are you?
Hola, Tia. I'm fine. Where do I leave this food?
Ponle aquí. ¿Y mi hermana?
Está en la casa. Ahorita bien con las más casas.
Okay. Está bien.
Emily sees Alejandra and turns to talk to her.
Hey, Ellie. How are you feeling after the after effect of the apple juice?
I think I'm fine so far. I don't like the after effect. Wait, how do you know?
Well, on Instagram, Leslie, you on live, and I asked Kevin beforehand too.
I forgot about him. I didn't tell him about the party.
Miguel comes out of nowhere.
Oh, hello, Emily. So, can I use your phone to watch the new episode of Paw Patrol?
Aren't you too old to keep watching that show?
I'll tell all the things you said about Mom to her.
Fine. But once I need it, I need it.
I should start helping your mom with the tortilla.
Oh yeah, tortilla.
Hey, Alejandra.
You were great yesterday. Are you ready today?
Maybe. I'll see.
Other guests are coming in while Mother and Emily are handing out food. But the last one to arrive was Kevin.
You came. I'm sorry about the whole show from yesterday.
But it's okay. I just wanted to congratulate you too.
Who knows? I've been waiting to tell you this, but Kevin, will you be my boyfriend?
Yes, I would.
So, who would like to sing a song? Anyone? Alejandra, sing for us.
Como la flor, con tanto amor, me diste tú, se marchitó, me marchó, yo sé perder, pero ay, como me duele, yo sé, tiene un nuevo amor. Sin embargo, te deseo lo mejor. Si en mí no encontraste felicidad, tal vez alguien más te la dará. Como la flor, con tanto amor, me diste tú. Se marchitó, me marchó. Yo sé perder, pero ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Only one wish would make a difference. Now I know that I would never be with my father, even if I wanted to. But what I do know is that I'll love him now more than ever. Summer, I'll have to get a job. I don't know where. Maybe Burger King, McDonald's, or even the Rose Theater. Why would I work at the Rose Theater? Theater people are so annoying. Never mind. Not there. I'll be working at Burger King in the end. This isn't goodbye, but the start of a new chapter. Ay, como la flor.
Guests are waiting here. Come on, Playwrights. Rewrite the whole story of the Alejandra. I'm waiting here. If you're nice enough, rewrite mine too.
The end. Yeah! Cast and playwright, please turn your cameras on. Take a bow. Wonderful work, everyone. Wonderful. All right. Yeah, you can go ahead and leave your cameras on unless you have to take off. Then we will see you next weekend. Otherwise, stick around. We are going to have a quick Q&A. So if you have any questions or thoughts or ideas or anything you would like to tell the cast, please drop them in the YouTube live chat and we will get to it. But I think we should start with introductions. Kevin, what do you think?
I think you're right. Awesome.
All right, so let's
Nice
start
work, everyone.
with seniors. Do we have any seniors in the room? Whoop, whoop. Grace, you want to introduce yourself and say, we'll introduce our names, how many years we've done the Young Playwrights Festival and participated in it, and what role you've had today. And then you can go ahead and popcorn it to someone else.
Sounds great. I've been acting. Oh, yes, I'm Grace. I'm Grace Kerrigan. I've been acting in the Young Playwrights Festival for 4 years. I've been writing in it for 3 years. I got a show next week, so y'all better come back and watch that. And yeah, I'm gonna throw it over to Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I am a host, and I've been writing plays with Playwrights since I was 13. I am currently 18, and I have been acting in plays. I don't know how long. I don't actually know. I've skipped a couple years, but most of the time, since I was 13. But yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Rachel, do you want to popcorn it to someone else?
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Hey, Joe. You want to try?
Hello, my name is Joe. I am a sophomore at St. Albert Catholic Schools over in Iowa, and I had the wonderful privilege of co-writing a play with the wonderful Isabella Manhart, and it's been so fun. This is my third year doing the festival. This is my second year writing, and thank you all for coming out. It's been a blast, and I will popcorn it to Isabella.
Thanks, Joe. It's been an absolute pleasure writing Lobster Hell with you. I'm Isabella. This is I think my 6th year writing for the festival and my 3rd year acting in it. Yeah, well done, Playwrights. I will pass it to who do we have? I'm gonna pass it to Noemi.
Think Noemi is not with us at the moment. So
I'm passing it to Jose. Sorry about that.
Okay, hi, I'm Jose Gonzalez Hilario. I've been acting 4 years, I believe. I don't remember. It's too many years to count, honestly. I have been on here, and I believe writing for the festivals about 5 or 6 festivals. It's a long time. It's a cult at this point if you're that long. So spreading out the message here. I'll popcorn into who should I popcorn into? Too many people, huh?
Question, Karina, are we going through the entire cast or are we just doing playwrights or what are we doing?
you know what? Let's just do Playwrights for right now because I want to be respectful of all of your time. Thank you, Grace. But yeah, we have a question from Jay in the Google, or not the Google, that's YouTube comments. And Jay asks, what were some of the challenges putting the plays on Zoom? This question is open to the floor. So who would like to answer this question? So again, the question is, what were some of the challenges putting the plays on Zoom? Yeah, let's toss it over to Rachel.
So I had like these moments with the unseen, like I flickered on and off screen. That's actually really hard to do on Zoom because like you press the button and sometimes it doesn't go. And then it goes a few seconds, sometimes it goes a few seconds late. So I have to time it actually before I say it. And that's a little difficult. So that took a while to figure out.
Grace?
I think with a play like Lobster Hell, it's so crazy and it's so buck wild, and the concept is so like theatrical in itself. So trying to transport that onto Zoom was a really interesting challenge. As a both actor and a director for scene 4, I was like, okay, I have to figure out how to make this surrealist nightmare in the most complimentary way possible. That is Lobster Hell. And I have to translate that to Zoom. And it was crazy. And it was so much fun.
Which you totally succeeded at, though, Grace. It was fantastic.
Yes. Flora.
I just wanted to hit on like, I think that like, yeah, there are totally a bunch of challenges and it's definitely like a very different experience, but I wanted to hit on like some of like the fun things that were part of it. Like in As Our Shadows used to do, like it was really cool to be able to, I don't know, like there's some things that you usually can't do. Like my character is supposed to pop in and out, like, you know, just like appear, and I got to do that with the use of my camera, which I think was just like a fun thing. Or like we passed a note at the end of it, and we found out a fun way to like somebody could like, I don't know, pull theirs off, and it was just like, I don't know, it was cool to find ways to work around it. So even though there were a lot of issues, I think it also allowed for like a new sort of creativity, like new opportunities of like let's utilize the tools we have. And I think that was like something I was really grateful for. It was a very different experience.
For sure. Alex.
Okay, so as it being my first year, it was very nerve-wracking and hard to find good props and get the enough encouragement to not be very nervous. And just another hard thing to do is flipping back and forth when I'm not ready. Like, I'm in other place, so having to do other ones where I have bigger parts and focusing on those ones, I have to go for some of the plays like this or Un Deseo. I had to use the script for it, and I messed up a couple times, and that was just very hard and scary for me.
You did great, Alex. We appreciate you. Savannah, was that a hand or no?
Yeah. The audio, trying to like figure out with like the internet and being able to understand everything's all like glitching, and here we gotta figure out what like computers made best with what. That was like the difficult part, but we all got that figured out and it's all sound better.
Sophie?
Okay, so it was hard to like continue something because sometimes you want to be able to hear someone and you didn't know like if they said it or if they haven't said it yet, and so you didn't know if you should say your line or not. And like especially sometimes like in Lobster Hell when Lobster didn't like he would say his line but he would be muted, but sometimes like the narrator or like stage directions would like say that, and it came off like casually, and it felt like it was like a part of the script, which it wasn't, but it everyone did it so casually, so it was very like act natural.
And you handled it with such confidence, Dom. I was reading the stage directions and I was losing my mind. I was like, oh, the improv legend, Dom. So we do have a lot of issues, but we also have people that can recover from these issues. And I was so happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Jose, I don't want to like put you on the spot, but I know as the playwright for a jukebox musical, what did you find? Was there anything challenging that you thought on your end?
I honestly, so for my play, it uses music, and music is not friendly with YouTube. And so if we would have like put on the whole original song onto it, we would have get copy strike, and it would shut down the whole festival. So I'm like, at the same time, like I don't want to put y'all under pressure, but there is pressure to not be copyright the whole thing. That's one major factor. If it was this in like in person in the Hitchcock Theater, I think we wouldn't have a problem. But it's sadly YouTube is not friendly with creators and other using music wise and other platforms too, and so especially the music, and so not to get struck down. And I think also like another challenge was the space of people, since there was some songs like you can dance to usually, like Baila esta cumbia, or when I wrote it, it's like the dancing and stuff, but it was kind of hard because people have different spaces and not all of them have like all big spaces. They have small space. It depends. And so I think that's a little bit a challenge from my play, and well, others too, other plays. I think the space is important, and so yeah.
And then we have a burning question here. Please raise your hand if you are the one who said, I don't have my pants on. Yeah.
Mackenzie stole the show.
Oh my gosh, excellent, wonderful. Oh, and we have a wonderful question from 6-year-old Lexi asking, what was your favorite part? Maybe from the play or the whole process. Dom?
Hey, before I start, I'm in Sozo's Coffees, so there's like a dance on top. So yeah, some people are jamming and having fun. But hey, okay, I wanted to say I think my favorite part was just so being on Zoom. I think you just have to like kind of what Flora said. You have to kind of be like really creative, you know. And so if things don't go right because it's on technology, you kind of have to roll with it, or you have to find something new, which happens a few times during this performance, and I'm happy with it. But I think what was the one of the fun things was like being able to use the technology as uh as a pro, or like in putting it into the show, if that makes sense. Like you can do backgrounds very efficient on computers and stuff like that. So like changing scene from scene, it looks like, I don't know, it's like we're professional. So yeah, don't mind that.
Thanks, Dom. Alex?
Meeting all of these lovely people for the first time. Well, some of them. I know some of them already. But it's just that, and in a real scenario where I would be meeting other people, it's more nerve-wracking than being on a Zoom where you can turn your camera off when you need to and they can't see you. But as time developed, I got used to these people, and now I consider them all beautiful friends of mine.
Yes, friends. We love it. Rachel?
One, what Alex said, I was gonna say that, but they said it way better. So I'm just gonna say that. But also, this is my first time playing this type of evil character. I mean, I played the Wicked Witch in an immersive thing before, but I've never like actually gotten to play like a sinister character beyond that. And the Wicked Witch isn't really the same as the Unsane. So it was a really fun role to play, especially knowing that, especially in that play. And so I was very excited about that, and it's been a blast.
Anyone else like to? Flora?
I think something that's like really special about Young Playwrights, which is like why it was a really cool experience, is like getting to work with the playwrights themselves. Like I've done a lot of theater, and all of it has been like shows that are like, written by people who are kind of unreachable. They're not really people I'm seeing. So I think like getting to like, I don't know, like hear the playwrights' thoughts and then getting to interpret that for them, was just, or be given an interpretation to then execute. It was like a really awesome process. Like I think that it's something that you don't get in a lot of like theater experiences, and it was very unique to this. So I was grateful to be able to like, I don't know, hear the playwrights' thoughts, to experience that.
Anyone? Yes, Ava.
I may be a bit biased, but I love the whole lobster hell idea. But like I'm not wearing any pants, and just like the banter between Lobster and Jim is hilarious. So yeah, and also these wonderful human beings. So
Nice. Savannah.
Being able to like take a script that one of us wrote, and being able to import that to a show and having that come to life, and especially with the playwrights here, they get to see that script that they wrote, they worked hard on, and hearing it by other people. I think that was really cool.
Well, Lexi, I hope that answered your question. But now we have another question. Moving on to the last and final question of the evening. Can next week's Playwrights give us a quick synopsis of what we can expect for next week's show? Yeah, Grace Garrigan, you want to take it away?
I sure can. So next week, to start off the night, boom, we are opening up with Plot Twisters, a page-twisting, mind-enriching show about this young writer named Charlie. And Charlie, after a rough run-in with her teacher, gets zapped into the story dimension, a world where every story that's ever been written is real. And there's some fishy stuff going on. So she has to buddy up with some of the greatest characters in literary history to explore the dimension and figure out exactly what's going on. So yeah, buckle in. It's about books and it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, come see Plot Twisters. But also come see The Diary of Alice. Rachel.
So my play is called Diary of Alice. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm gonna try and explain it. A little bit difficult. But basically there's a girl, her name is Alice, she has bipolar disorder and she's really struggling. But around her she sees Wonderland everywhere. And so it's kind of a mix of like Alice in Wonderland characters and reality meshing together to portray the experiences and struggle of someone with bipolar. And, trying to accept that and overcome it.
Awesome. Thanks, Rachel.
All right, friends. So I want to once again thank all of our young friends who've come and volunteered their time to celebrate these scripts. And make sure you come back next week to see part B of the Young Playwrights Festival.
Same time, same place. Woo-woo-woo. All right, y'all. Get out of here. Go enjoy your weekend. We'll see you all next week.
Have a good night, everyone.
Goodbye.